So hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. Hello. So this is a story of our lovable JellyBean. It's a story that I'm quite fond of. It is a string of coincidences, and that's about the best way I can really put it, really. So one day while I'm cruising along on my little 125, I say cruising, more like me compared to this lovely beast, it occurred to me that I wanted to do my full license. Basically, I got back into riding a motorcycle after being too scared to be on the road by someone I used to know. They got a bike and they were very excited about jumping on it, going up and down the roads, having a good laugh, you know, all the good stuff. So I thought, well, I rode a bike before, I've got an idea what the controls are, so I would like to, well, get on that. And that pretty much sparked my love for motorcycles all over again. Because I was very much into them, but a series of happenings happened. So he got me back into riding, and my first bike was some cheapy Chinese thing, and he got me basically riding a bike again. I promised myself I'm not going to get anything cheap and Chinese, so I bought myself a Shark Evo Lion helmet with the flip up front, a bit expensive for a fairly new rider, but I wanted to be safe, you know. I wanted to ride something that I had faith in, something that was going to protect me. He got me back into biking, and I jumped on a Suzuki 125 Marauder, found it at a dealership over in Oxford, so we drove what would have normally been like a 40-minute drive, took us about an hour and 15 minutes because of the amount of traffic. It was horrendous. And yeah, got onto the 125, built the confidence up a little bit. The first ride was obviously the scariest, but after a while you sort of get used to it, and you know, everything just sort of climbs its way up from there. Now the thing is, after doing my CBT for the second time, I was on the 125 and I was thinking, yeah, I like this, but 2 years came and went very quickly, and I thought to myself, I don't just want to do the CBT again, I want to do the full shebang. You know, I don't want to have to come back again in another 2 years. I'm a little bit tired of staying on a bike, which, don't get me wrong, is great, but I would like to go more places. And when you're stuck on a CBT, you're limited to a 125 engine, 125cc engine, and also you cannot go on the motorways. And the funny thing is, learner drivers in cars have recently been given permission to go onto the motorways under instruction, which is good. So it means no longer do you have to drive a car up and down all these roads and memorize where you need to go and what you're doing with, and all that kind of jazz. All of a sudden you're in the middle of a freaking motorway and you need to learn how to handle a car on that. It's brilliant, because when you're a first time driver and you've never been on the motorway before, me, it's extremely nerve-wracking. But if you treat it just like a normal road with more lanes, then it's quite soothing after a while, and then very boring. Yeah, we love it. That's a nice little road. I'll go down there one time. Anyway, so back to the story. A number of years ago, before this, I wore a white morph suit to an ice hockey game because it was Halloween, so, you know, why not? And I had a bit of a laugh. And next to me, there's what I like to call a hockey family. So the mother and daughter, good laugh, good people. And the father and son helped out on the team bench. Hockey equipment, opening and closing the doors, you know, that kind of stuff. If you're into your ice hockey, you kind of know what I'm on about. So the daughter sort of came up with a nickname for me because of this morph suit, and it was JellyBean, because I looked like a giant white human jelly bean, which was great. So there's the name for you. So when the time rolls around where I'm looking for a new bike, I'm wanting to move up to something, I want something to strive towards, you know, nothing too big, nothing too fancy. I pretty much just went onto Google and I searched for lightweight cruiser, and I came across the Kawasaki Vulcan. I can't remember any of the others that were on there. This one stood out to me most of all because I loved the spring detail that's down there. You know, the spring's a little bit different to have. It's a very nice view. Sort of on display where it is. It's a different colour on most of the models as well. So it's like I'm a sucker for attention to detail. So to have that little bit of detailing there within all the bodywork was quite nice. Now, I went on to our glorious YouTube and found a number of people that rode around on Kawasaki Vulcans, all good stuff. And then I came across Killer Cam, and to cut a long story short, for his part and for your sake as well, as far as I can remember, he went to pick up a new bike for his dad, which is the Kawasaki Vulcan. That was in the Kawasaki green, and I fell in love with that colour. I'm not a huge fan of the green, but it really stuck out nicely with this. So I watched a couple of his videos on other bikes and just in general just having a good time, you know. And then I see him riding a Kawasaki Vulcan. I think, oh, okay, let's get an idea of what this bike's like. And his first line was, "What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Killer Cam here, back on the saddle of the Kawasaki Vulcan, aka JellyBean." And I thought, oh, well that's just settled that then, hasn't it? It was amazing. So my search for a lightweight cruiser just happened to take me to YouTube, and happened to plant me in the headlights of a guy that calls his dad's bike JellyBean. And I fell in love with the idea of that. I didn't take the nickname too seriously at the time, but as soon as this guy said JellyBean, I messaged the daughter, and I was like, holy crap, he's calling the bike JellyBean, I want this bike. And it was just genuinely exciting for me, and I think she was kind of like, alright mate, calm down, whatever, jeez. And that's fun times. So I ended up going to the local dealership. We had a bit of a talk about it. They offered me some money for the old 125, and then within a number of months I found that they had the Vulcans on sale, and they were offering the Arrow exhaust system for free, which is a bit expensive, but for free. I was like, well, yes, give me some of that, I will have that. See what's down here. And the story sort of grew from there. So I got a hockey jersey made with JellyBean written on the back, and the season ticket number I had at the time, and that's one of the first images you can see of JellyBean, really. If you follow me on Instagram, there's some pictures I put up of like rides that I do, so it's kind of a way for you to see what I get up to before I upload the videos. And at the moment I've got about 3 weeks worth of content I can put up, and by 3 weeks worth I mean there's like 3 or 4 videos that I need to still edit at the time of recording, and I should probably really get on that. I do have a video already ready for next week. I want to go this way. Whoa. So I've got a bit of time, but I'll get back to editing soon. So it was very nice to see everything sort of come around in this big, strange, coincidental circle. So 650 cc's, that's more than enough for me for now. The colour, I wasn't too keen on it at first, but I took a very big shine to it once I saw it out in the light. And that's where the story begins, really. Rev gets himself a Kawasaki Vulcan under extreme circumstance. I never test rode this bike, by the way. I purchased a brand spanking new bike, never test rode it, never did anything more than sit on it. Was I stupid? Oh yeah. Would I change my mind? Again, no, not in the slightest.